What up, y'all? It's your boy, Baldhead in the building, doing what I do. Hope everybody is all right. Hope everybody's good. Quana, what's happening, girl? What's going on? Oh man, I'm back. This is kind of like really I'm letting y'all know what's going on because I'm bringing what I'm not bringing, but I'm you know Baldhead's podcast is back in effect. It ain't been out of effect. Sometimes it comes up where I take a little break doing this thing. What up, big sis, Chris? And I take a little break, because life sometimes gets in the way. But now I have to be what you call seriously consistent with my podcast. I was doing it anyway, and a lot of things went down. Went down to LA to hang out with my boy Grady for his birthday. Came back here, went to Chicago, did some things, had to deal with one of the saddest experiences. My buddy, good longtime friend Marcus Combs, comedian Marcus Combs, passing, all of that. It was a lot. There was a lot going on. And I want to always give y'all the best of who I am. So here we are. We back. Vanika, what's up? First person in the Facebook arena. If y'all are on Facebook right now, my Facebook is Baton Baldhead Phillips. Go follow that. Or follow my reels. I've been putting a lot of crazy reels out. Got a new thing that I do called OG Talk, where I'm trying to do my best to give a lot of information to a lot of these young cats out here, man. They need the information. They need the OG to talk to them. And a lot of times they don't listen to OGs face to face or coming to them with knowledge. So I just figured if they listen to the internet, they can listen to me on the internet. And that's cool. I ain't mad at that. Yeah. Rest up to Marcus, man. That was a hard pill for a lot of us comedians to swallow, especially me. I've been knowing him way before the comedy game. I can get into that and go on and on and on and on, but let him rest in peace. I'm gonna keep pushing his name, keep living the dream of doing what we was doing, being comedians. But one thing's for sure, Baldhead's podcast is on and cracking like no other. I ain't gonna let y'all miss me again. Because it is, and I'm not gonna be on here no long time. I'm just giving y'all an introduction to Baldhead's podcast with Baldhead Situations. So, Baldhead Situations is stuff where I tell stories about things that have happened to me in life, places I've been, stuff I've seen, some of my old criminal activities. Well, I won't go all the way into, but I go into it good enough for you. Would you close the door, please, ma'am? Jesus Christ. You try to get somebody's signal, they don't know the signal. They don't know the signal. But if y'all on Facebook right now, launch into the Facebook. If you're not, matter of fact, let me type it in, what it is. And if you got a donation, give a donation to the podcast. If you deal with Cash App, it is Baldhead Phillips, $ Baldhead Phillips. And my Facebook is government name. And go on and feel free to add me on there. I'm gonna, I don't know if I think I could pin it. Pin it in the comments. I'm gonna pin it in the comments. The baby's gonna come in that room. Ha! This ain't no damn baby room, Queen. Forget you, woman. It's my damn room. Post user. Why would I put my shit in time? I just realized that. I'm the damn user. Why would I block me? I don't understand. But that's my Facebook down there. Baton Baldhead Phillips on Facebook. So let me get to this little story real quick. Because I gotta address something somebody said to me. And the OG talks when I be talking about different things. I be giving advice, giving motivational speaking speaking to some of the cats that's out here in the world, right? So one of these dudes that I know said, what make you think they're going to listen to you? Well, they might not know this, but I was in the streets from 13. And I ain't talking about homeless or put out. Trust me, I had a good family and all of that. I'm talking about hanging in the streets. From the age of 13, my mother moved on the east side. 75, 45 Saginaw was my old apartment. I went to Bradwell, 6th grade. I went to O'Keefe. I also went to Oglesby, but that was more south. I graduated from Bradwell, Myra Bradwell Grammar School. That's when I used to be taking the Iowa test. Had some very high Iowa scores, because I ain't no dummy. I was the only GD that lived in Tarrytown. And if you're in Chicago, you know what Tarrytown is predominantly Blackstone Ranger neighborhood, where Jeff Ford was from. I survived that. Being because I wasn't no chump, I had respect and I respected. See what I'm saying? And at that time, it was a different respect era. People used their hands a lot. We fought. Wasn't nobody no cowards. Wasn't nobody just getting hit and then going to go get a gun and kill you. No, it was real. I got shot 5 times. One of the bullets hit me in the back of my head. Yeah, y'all want to see? Bam. Bam. That right there. That was one time. I got shot 5 times one time. People always ask me, you got shot 5 times? Was it all in one sitting? Yeah, it was one time. Then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? I went to CVS, another high school that was predominantly Blackstones, Vice Lords. There was probably 3 GDs in that school. When you come talking about the gang shit, it was probably 3 GDs in that whole school. And I was one of them, and I was known. But I had a lot of love, I had a lot of respect. And I didn't give a damn about fighting. And that was when you could fight, and if it was a bunch of them and just you, man, let's go head up. Head up fights was what they was. So it's a bunch of other stuff. Even when I got older, I went through things. Went to the penitentiary in Minnesota because I was making money on the streets up here. Got locked up in Minnesota correctional facilities. Did 4.5 years. One of those times I was in the hole. One of those years I was in the hole for a year. So I got a lot of accolades when it comes to the streets. I got a lot of street accolades that could let them know why they should listen to me. I'm not finna run it down to them all the time. Because I'm going to tell you something. Real going to recognize real no matter what. And thank you. I am blessed to be here. And I just really start using this blessing of the knowledge that I got of things to go coming from a wrong situation to a right situation. And I just really call it a growing situation. When you grow, when you get older, you change your situation. You can't be in the same situation and think you're going to be here. You're retarded if you think you're going to be here. You are sadly mistaken. The universe will take you out. Now, it's one situation I'm going to talk about is when I was a kid, step into a grown man. When I was a kid, step into a grown man. Reginald, what up, boy? What's going on? Now, you know what? I don't know what the heck is wrong with me. I've been on here and ain't put none of these comments up. I'm gonna start from the top and just go down because I'm sorry. I'm get back into it. And Sunday, the podcast will be jumping on with my 2 co-hosts. I got, as y'all know, my sister Tia, Miss Handcrack. She's gonna be in the building all the time. And I got my girl, Sweet Pea Black Girl. Both of them ladies are well-versed in things of knowledge. And so they will be on the podcast. They will be my regular co-hosts on the podcast with me. And my podcast is virtual. So that meaning wherever you from, you can get on the podcast. Shaquana's always on my live, and Shaquana can always get on the podcast whenever she's ready. All she got to do is let me know. because her podcast is coming up. I'm gonna be on her podcast too. But as I was saying, matter of fact, make sure y'all know. Let me go through these. Squanah, Walker Miracle guys said he wasn't ready for you. I'm glad he wasn't ready. Reginald, the Savage. What's going on? What's happening? Dre Swoops, what up, boy? What's good, man? Much respect. Good, sir. What up, Squanah? What's happening? Yeah, it's how I go. I got a lot of love. Got a lot of people that I got love for. They be on here. Squanah want to be funny. Talking them babies gonna come in this room. This is my room. Yeah, baby's room. So anyway, as I was saying, if we're gonna have Baldhead, just waiting on you to let me know. I'm gonna let you know tonight. As soon as I get up off here, I'm gonna look on that book because I've been doing so much. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all know the time that I stepped to a grown man and got checked. We used to hang out on 79th and Paxton. 79th and Paxton used to be called Macville. We called it Macville because my homie Mac got killed. And that's where I used to hang out at. That's what happens in the neighborhood. They name the neighborhood, they rename the neighborhood, underline it after somebody that was a prominent figure over there in the neighborhood and some of the cats in the street sides. What happened was one night, this when we was riding bikes. So I think I had to be about 14 or 15. So it was a dude in the neighborhood. I can't say his name, but may he rest in peace. I had nothing to do with it. Something happened later on. He actually had like a heart attack or something like that. But we're in the neighborhood, me, my cousins, a couple of my buddies, we all on bikes, and we used to ride them, we used to ride bikes back in the day. So we kicking it, tripping out. I was still in cars at the same time too, but this was bike day. I guess you can call it bike day. But we kicking it. It's at night. You're hanging out. Now, 79th and Paxton is a regular residential street. Cars parked on both sides. And it's connected to 79th to the 9. So when you shoot down the 9, this dude came flying down the street in this Chevette. I'm talking about he had to be doing 100. And he was going towards 79th Street. So he shot past us real fast. We standing on the bike. I had to jump off a bike and jump on the car. I'm mad. You done made me do it. Man, we shoots down on them bikes. Because in the neighborhood, we the terror in the neighborhood. We the neighborhood terrorists in the neighborhood at the time. Man, when I tell you we shooting down there on our bikes to go check them and see me, I'm in the lead. I'm me and my cousin, we was the two lead alpha male dogs in this pack. Dude, get on the phone. It's a phone booth right now. If y'all think I'm lying, it's the phone booth. Shell is still there on 79th and Paxton. It used to be right by a cleaner, so it was a cleaner. So anyway, we get on the bike, we huffy down there. Oh man, I'm on 1,000. I get off the bike. There's two dudes in the back seat. And he get out. So he get on the phone. I say, hey man, what the fuck wrong with you, man? You almost ran us over on this motherfucking bike. I mean, in that raggedy ass car. He turned around on whoever he talked to on the phone. He's like, little ass boy, you don't get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna slap the shit out you. I looked at my boy, so they start getting off their bikes. So now my man, I got my cover, and I'm by myself on the single with the good hands. So I'm finna walk up and step to him like, nigga, who you talking to? Like, nigga, who is you? What? Who is you talking to, dude? You what? Let me tell y'all something. I didn't have no idea that this nigga was the older version of who I was gonna become. When I walked up and stepped to him, he still had, like, the phone was right here, the cord was going right here. The man turned around, had to reach through the cord so fast. When he slapped me, my head spent, and I was looking at my boy. Now, remember that I tell y'all, they had got off their bikes. When the man slapped me, they was back on their bikes, and they was turned around like, hey, man, come on, man. Come on. That's how hard the slap was. The slap was heard down 79th Street. I said, oh, Hell no. In a dizzy way, because I was dizzy. This nigga done just slapped me. Hey, man, let me tell y'all what I did, man. Because I was a young dude. I think I might have been 15. I jumped on that bike. Them niggas that I was with already was riding off. So I'm like, come on, man, come on. In my mind, when you do something, I had, me being the alpha male, I had to go do something. So I went and I got this hammer. Y'all know what a hammer is. I rolled back down there fast as hell. He's still on the phone. He said, boy, you want some more? I said, man, you to put your hand on me? Bah! Get him in the leg. He hopping. I'd have popped him. When I popped him, it literally scared me. And I looked at the dudes that was in the car. And they looked at me and said, hey, man, we told them don't do it. We told them they didn't want none. Because they was trapped in it. Y'all know how Chevette was. They was trapped in that Chevette. They couldn't get out of there. Man, let me tell you something, man. When I got on the bike, in my mind, yeah, he ain't gonna slap nobody else. I'm still not knowing who this dude is. Let me tell y'all, man, I done went, rode the bike back to my cousin's house. We done dipped off this, that, and the other. Everybody went their separate ways, right? So I go over to this girl's house. I'm chilling. You know, it wasn't no girlfriend of mine, it was a friend of mine. Hey, my love. I'm on the bike. I mean, I left my bike on her porch. So one of the guys in the neighborhood, he know where I used to chill at because there's a girl named Kim. She was our friend. We used to just go over to hang over the house. She wasn't no neighborhood hooker, nothing like that. She just was a friend. Her parents was real cool. Kim's phone rang. My man called the crib. He told her to put me on the phone. I got on the phone like, yeah, what up, G? What up, dog? Hey, man. Do you know who you just shot? I was like, man, some old punk ass nigga on the phone, man. Smack me in my motherfucking face, man. Ooh. He said, listen, I want you to do. Now, back in the day, they used to have these cabs. Miss you, Mo. I'm gonna give you a call. I had to jump. Oh, he'd say, dude who you shot is one of the top gangsters. And he ain't nothing to play with. He just came home. You need to get on away from around here. You need to get on away from around here. He said that almost like when he used to say in the slave, you just better get on away from around here. They just gonna get you. And the dude who called me, I knew he wasn't lying because he don't really talk like that. He said, man, call your livery cab. In the back in the days, they had these livery cabs. Way before Uber, used to call his phone and it'd be any strange dude to pull up, use a livery cab. They pick you up. And crazy was trustworthy. And the lady who used to call delivery cab, I think she's still living to this day and still answering that cab. Y'all know about livery cabs, and they still in effect in Chicago. So, man, I done called a livery cab. I go over my girlfriend at the townhouse, Bridget Baylor. I laid low. I told her parents what I did. Oh, man, Carl, her mother, Sandra, rest her peace, were best people at the time. Because the hood was looking for me. It was a reward for me for popping this nigga, right? But the way Chicago is at that time, you can go out west, ain't nobody gonna be able to find you. You could go over south and probably won't nobody be able to find you. But me knowing he was a GD and I was a GD, I wasn't really finna be dealing with all that. So I stayed low. Then after that, I went out west. I stayed out west and then messing around out west, I ain't had no license. Driving and caught a case. So I catch a case, driving no license, right? Man, when I tell y'all, I'm going to county, right? I can call my sister, come get me. My sister taking all day. This ain't nothing but a ticket. But I stayed in the county so long downstairs that I went upstairs to to the cells, to the decks. I get up there to the deck. Why this nigga is controlling the whole deck? The same dude I'm talking about. Because when the shooting went down, it was probably like it was almost a year before I got locked up. So I hadn't been on the east side in the whole year where the shooting went at. So, man, I get on the deck. I see this nigga. Now, by then, I'm a year older. A little bit still more juice in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But my juice wasn't as big as his because he was older and he had been in and out of the joint. It's some street level shit. So the whole time I'm in the joint in the county, he don't say nothing to me. I gets on the phone. I tell my sister, you got to hurry up. She like, what's wrong? Somebody bother you? You don't want to say nobody bothered because you don't want to be no punk, and whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. I'm going to have to defend myself. But I'm knowing that this nigga going to say something to me. He never did. I gets bonded out and leave out. So fast forward, 20-some years later, I go to the club. I was messing with this chick named Jackie Harbin. May she rest in peace. Beautiful girl, crazy, funny, debatable, everything. Rest in peace, Jackie. Me and her in the club. We go to this club like on Randolph somewhere. So I'm in the club chilling. Bought her a drink, drinking me some juice. Sitting around chilling. Who I see? The dude I done shot over 20-some years ago. He's the head of security. How I know he the head of security? Because he walking around, ain't doing anything. He got the little badge, he got the little thing on him. First I look, I said, no, this nigga the police. But he was a security because they was connected with everybody and they're talking on them little walkie-talkie thing. He walked dead up to me and her, looked me in the face, and said, baby girl, do you know who this dude is? She was like, yeah, I know who he is. He's my man. Yeah, I know who he is. What you talking about? She thinking in her mind they finna throw me out or something, like I done did something. He said, yeah. Well, I know who he is too. That's the nigga that shot me over 25 years ago. So she looking like, damn, am I gonna have to hit this nigga with this bottle or what? And I took that, I said, yeah, that's the dude that slapped the shit out of me. Slapped the shit out of me 25-something years ago. Me and him looked at each other and we both started laughing about it. Because what happened was originally when he was looking for me and he was on me, he didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. At that time around the neighborhood, I had a name for myself. He had a name for himself. But we never had crossed paths because at one point in time, he was locked up. And then when we did cross paths, there was that one night it happened. So when he had everybody looking for me, it was a lot of dudes that spoke up for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had respect. So when they were speaking up for me, I stayed away for so long. You know, niggas didn't have cell phones back then. We had beepers and pages, but I was like, somebody might set me up. I threw my whole page away. Yeah, it could have went all bad, Reg. It could have went all bad. But at that time, you know, it was a different respect factor for certain shit. He was on the lookout for me. I was on the dodge from him. And I'm like, my man told me, say, don't trust nobody, man. He says, this nigga got juice. And it's a lot of niggas scared of him. So when he heard about me, when we met in a lounge, in the bar, that party, whatever, and we were talking, he was like, yeah, man, you had a little name for yourself back then. He said, I was trying to get everybody to find you, but wouldn't nobody give you up. He said, I didn't know you was a little me. He said, and it was crazy because I'm like, man, this nigga that shot me, but I smacked him. He said, yeah, I smacked you because you walked up on me like you was finna do something. And I wasn't going, not for no young nigga, and I just got out. And I told him at that time, I said, man, I don't even know how to tell you this because it's been so long, but I apologize, man. He said, I apologize also. Bought him a drink. We sat back and kicked it. He kind of find out one of his blood brother, was one of my OGs, my main man. You know what I'm saying? So it all worked out. Then later on, you know what I'm saying, in life, I heard he He had a heart attack one day and he passed. I had saw him a couple times after that. We kicked it, we laughed about some other stuff. But it could have been. Yeah, now look, this is the funny part. Y'all remember when I told y'all I got this call from this nigga? That's this nigga right here, Delmar boy. Hey, Delmar, I'm on here talking about the shooting at the phone booth on 79th. You know who it was. I ain't saying no name, but you know who it was. And Delmar called me and said, man, you need to get the hell out the neighborhood. This has been an episode of Baldhead'S Situation, and I'm just letting y'all know. Some things can go all bad. Some things can be all good, but you got to be who you are. And at that time, it was a different thing. Right now, it's chaos in these streets. I need y'all to do yourself a favor. Grab your sons. Try to teach them and talk to them. Everybody got to do it on each side. You can't just do it with one kid. You got to do it so that they can respect life more. They got to be grateful of their life and to respect life. Because if you don't, it'll be a crazy situation. I'm glad that I was able to come up out of that. I'm glad that man was able to come out of that and live the life that he lived. He turned himself around also. See what I'm saying? I ran into the mirror of me and didn't even know it. But I was blessed to have a lot of people and mentors on my back, just like that dude right there. They're my boy. It's my big cousin. That's my big brother. That's a big get on your nerves. That's my man. What'd he say? We didn't play out here, but now we need to take control of your kids. Yeah. Yes, very much. Hey, y'all make sure y'all, if y'all are not subscribed to Baldhead'S Podcast, please subscribe to Baldhead'S Podcast. It's free. We'll be going live with the podcast this Sunday. This Sunday, more likely at noon. But I'm gonna make the flyer up, y'all, because y'all gonna see it on all my social media. And if you are subscribed, great. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Do me a favor and tell somebody else to subscribe. If you got somebody you know their phone, tell them go to YouTube, type in Baldhead'S Podcast, and just hit the subscribe button, then hit the bell. You will be pleased. You will be happy. We got some crazy topics this weekend. When I put the advertisements out there, y'all gonna see what the topic's gonna be. And I need y'all to come in and chime in and talk like y'all talking now. But hey, do me a favor. While y'all out here on these motherfucking streets, while y'all out here in this world, while you're being parents, when you're being husbands, when you're being wives, when you're being who you are, show some love, show some respect. Y'all pray for me. I pray for y'all. See y'all Sunday. Peace out, y'all.